In 2023, I travelled to the Indonesian island of Sumatra in search of its incredible biodiversity. While venturing into Sumatra's last remaining forests, I encountered an array of beautiful and bizarre species. Some are the most unique and mighty of their kind, while others are found nowhere else on Earth. And some are among the most endangered species that exist today. This is Sumatra. I'm now in South Sumatra, where I meet with botanist and wildlife conservationist Pungky Nanda Pratama. We've been in contact since 2018, waiting for the right moment for us to meet in person and explore the south and west of the island. But first we stayed for a night in the town of Lubuk Linggau, and Pungky showed me some of his recent camera trap footage from a nearby reserve, which is highly understudied. He managed to film these amazing sun bears as part of the Sumatra Camera Trap project, which aims to share these findings with the local authority to hopefully increase protection in the reserve. South Sumatra is poorly studied compared to the north, mostly due to the lack of funding. This is because well-known species such as Sumatran orangutan, tiger, rhino and elephant are mostly absent here, which is an example of conservation bias and ignorance to the many other amazing species which live in Sumatra's forests. Pungky wants to change this. He's keen to show me a colony of Baya weaver birds in the town, which build their exquisite nests on a coconut tree with remarkable dexterity. They strip the leaves to weave their nest, forming a tightly woven, hollow structure which hangs freely. This design makes it more difficult for predators to reach the chicks inside, but some animals, such as snakes, are still able to raid a nest occasionally. I'm familiar with weaver birds through documentaries and books, but this is the first time I've seen them in the flesh. It's time to explore the province of Bengkulu, which starts with an intriguing conversation between Pungky and local conservationist Holodin. Holodin has been involved with the conservation of rare plants in this part of Sumatra for decades, and is someone Pungky holds in high regard. Holodin is describing a past event of a Sumatran tiger which turned hostile towards people in the area, resulting in some fatalities. It's thought that the tiger was looking for its cub, which was taken from the wild for the illegal trade. This is a sad example of the threats tigers face here and why they are critically endangered. Due to their low numbers and elusive nature, it's easy to forget such a formidable predator roams these forests I've been exploring in Sumatra. Holodin wants to show me an area of this forest which is home to Rafflesia, specifically Rafflesia arnoldii, the biggest member of the genus. Along the way, we found Cystorchis javanica, a type of orchid that grows cryptically on the forest floor in the leaf litter. Unfortunately, there are no open flowers. But Holodin shows me something equally impressive. A blooming Titan Arum, a giant plant with the largest unbranched inflorescence or arrangement of flowers on the planet. It can grow to a mighty 3 meters high and is only found in Sumatra. Like Rafflesia, it produces heat and a foul odour to attract insects for pollination. The scientific name, Amorphophallus titanum, translates to giant deformed penis, supposedly referring to the shape of the yellow spadix protruding out of the top. Standing alongside one of the world's most extraordinary plants was incredible. After hearing about a Rafflesia arnoldii with an open flower in a different area, we decided to hit the road. And alongside that road, pale ghostly figures bounce among the trees as traffic rushes by. Mitred leaf monkeys, so called for their head crests resembling the shape of a mitre, a tall religious headdress worn by bishops. Also known as the Sumatran surili, they are endemic to the southern and western regions of Sumatra. Due to threats such as habitat loss and poaching, it is currently an endangered species. The busy road between myself and these beautiful primates is an example of how their habitat has become fragmented. It's a dangerous obstacle they will have to cross in order to find new areas to feed and to establish territory. They move in large groups, feeding on a wide range of plants, and it was encouraging to see a young baby among the crowd, unaware of how important it will be for the future of its species. We arrive at the open Rafflesia arnoldii flower, and although it isn't in the best condition, it's still a magnificent sight. Remarkably, the flower of this species can sometimes exceed 1 meter in diameter. It's thought that gigantism evolved in Rafflesia due to flies preferring to lay eggs on larger carcasses, as this provides more food for the fly larvae. As Rafflesia researcher Chris Thorogood mentions in his book Pathless Forest, perhaps gigantism evolved as a response to steadily climbing the threshold in size required for the deceived flies to bother visiting. The reason Rafflesia flowers so scarcely may be due to a phenomena known as negative frequency dependent selection. This is where an organism's reproductive success decreases as it becomes more common. It may be that the random and infrequent flowering schedule of Rafflesia prevents flies from learning the masquerade of the flower, which ensures they continue to visit and pollinate. Although I'm excited to see this flower, I can't help but notice the clearance of habitat to make a path. It's an ironic situation where the clearing has made it easier for visitors to access the flower, but it has also degraded the habitats which Rafflesia and other species depend on. Seeing this remarkable feat of nature should be earned by facing the terrain of the forest, not by altering it for the convenience of humans. Via a bumpy motorbike ride and hiking, we gain altitude for one of the most spectacular views in Bengkulu. Siamang gibbons serenade us as we ascend. Mount Kaba. Standing at just below 2,000 meters above sea level, this is an active volcano. With steaming vents stained with the yellow of sulfur. Mount Kaba hasn't seriously erupted since the early 2000s. It's thought that a nearby 7.8 Richter scale earthquake caused the increased activity of Kaba in the year 2000, which resulted in ash emissions. Volcanic ash can cause serious respiratory damage if inhaled, and could prove fatal. I can't imagine how people in local villages felt as they watched the conjuring of this volcano from their homes. Before this, in 1833, there was a more dangerous eruption which killed people in nearby communities. This was caused by volcanic lahars, which are massive mudflows comprising of ash, rock fragments, and water. These mudflows have the potential to be hundreds of meters wide and can travel over 100 miles per hour, especially if they're on a steep gradient or facilitated by storms and rivers. Today, Kaba is calm. It feels imposing, yet beautiful at the same time. During our descent through the misty highland forest, my eyes adjust to the varying shades of green, and I soon notice reptilian eyes peering back at me in the foliage. The Indonesian bloodsucker, scientifically known as Pseudocalotes tympanistriga. The name is misleading, as they don't suck blood at all. It seems the true origin of the bloodsucker name refers to a different species called Calotes versicolor, which occurs throughout much of southern Asia. The males of this widespread species develop bright red coloration around the throat and head, supposedly resembling a creature that has feasted on blood. However, they don't suck blood either. It seems this is a belief in some cultures in southern Asia. With new Pseudocalotes species recently being described in this mountain range, I have to check each individual carefully, but tympanistriga is the only species I see. The Indonesian bloodsucker is unique to Sumatra and Java within Indonesia. They are remarkably docile, allowing a close approach for in situ photography. One even allowed me to gently pick it up. We arrive at a different location in Bengkulu, where we hope to find another one of Sumatra's amazing plants. It didn't take long.
So we've just come across this hot spring in southern Sumatra here. You can see just behind me, bubbling away, super hot water. And right next to it is a pitcher plant. In fact, many pitcher plants. These are plants that can eat insects, and as you can see on the lip of the plant, that's coated in a slippery substance, which means that insects that are attracted to the sweet odor slip into the pitcher, and at the bottom of the pitcher there's digestive fluid.
In Sumatra, there's around 39 known species of pitcher plant in the Nepenthes genus, but this number is likely to change due to new species discoveries and reclassifications. The majority of Nepenthes in Sumatra are only found here, but Nepenthes reinwardtiana, which is the one I'm looking at, is also found in Borneo and some smaller surrounding islands. The main reason Nepenthes has evolved to eat insects is due to the nutrient-poor substrates they tend to grow on. Digesting insects provides them with important nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus, of which only a small amount can be extracted from the soil in their habitat. Nepenthes reinwardtiana is named in honor of Caspar G.C. Reinwardt, an early Dutch botanist who is considered the founder of the Bogor Botanical Gardens in 1817. Today, Bogor Botanical Gardens, which is located just south of Jakarta, is an important institute for research. For example, after 16 years of research, the first captive reared Rafflesia flowered here in 2022. A task which was thought to be impossible. Thanks to Sophie Masidawati and her team, this could bring new hope to saving Rafflesia from extinction. Exploring this area further revealed many more pictures, including this one with beautiful red speckling. Nestled among the pitcher plants and growing up high on trees are an array of gorgeous orchids. Just a stone's throw away from this botanical goldmine awaits a special animal. The stupendous Rajah Brooke's birdwing, one of the most beautiful insects I've seen. These immense butterflies have a wingspan of around 17 centimeters and can put on a remarkable display when collecting salts and minerals from suitable wet areas on the ground. Their electric green markings resemble the shape of T-Rex teeth, and their neat red collars give them a regal appearance. In 1855, it was named by the famous Alfred Russel Wallace. He named it after the first white Raj, or king, of Sarawak in Borneo, James Brooke. Brooke was granted this status in 1842 after helping the Sultan of Brunei battle against rebellion and piracy. My time in Sumatra is coming to an end, and before I go, Pungky invites me to his greenhouse. But this isn't just any greenhouse. After sustainably collecting small samples from the field, this is where Pungky propagates and grows some of Sumatra's most endangered plants, with the intention of releasing them back to the wild. This is a safe nursery in case species become extinct due to threats such as over-collecting and habitat loss.
Here we do have like critically endangered Sumatran species of Nepenthes. These are called Nepenthes sumatrana, and yeah, we collect this Nepenthes since 3 years ago, and it looks growing well, which is great, with very stripy lips and wings like teeth around the porch. And yeah,
It's found in the highlands, isn't it?
Highland, yeah.
Most Nepenthes.
Most Nepenthes is like highland species, have a lot of variety. And when you notice, some of Nepenthes have a very cool pattern on the leaf. It's kind of like a chessboard, and it's kind of like make them invisible in the wild.
Break the outline.
Yeah, it's kind of pixelated color.
Like a leopard spot.
That's true.
Yeah.
And some orchids is really cool, like this one is called Orchids, and it looks like a succulent, but definitely it's orchid that growing in the highland, and it have a very dark flower, like a maroon red. Is the flower is super dark, it's almost black, but yeah, it's a cool orchids that we have in the greenhouse. We have critically endangered species of slipper orchid. There's a called Paphiopedilum dodianum. It looks like Nepenthes with the cool pattern on it, and it have porch. That's so cool. And this species and this genus, or mostly, is critically endangered or endangered because of like people just harvesting in the wild without sustainability on it, and it make everything get trouble, and that's why we're trying to bring them here, and hopefully in the future we can bring them back from pisciculture. And we do have some of orchids that we rescued them here, all of them, like 4 or 5 years ago, and right now their habitat is without because of illegal coffee plantation. But we're really happy that some of them, some of specimen, like in our greenhouse, and right now it's like a blooming. It seems like they're very happy here, but we will like work a lot with this species in the future. And yeah, they have very cool color, like a violet, and also zigzag branch. That's really cool, and it smells so divine and really great. We not only have orchids, but we're trying to save also some species that native to Sumatra, like this one. It's called Aglonema pictum tricolor. They have a 3 color in the leaves, that's why it's named tricolor. That is like white and dark green and lime green in the same leaves. But these species get trouble during the pandemic time when everybody wants plants, and ended up people taking them from the wild. Like right now, almost all of the population gone because the people want this thing. But we're really happy that we work with this thing, and we do have some of young generation. Yeah, hopefully we can bring them back in the wild. But it's kind of like a really sad cases because the people want exotic plants, and most of the plant species is from Southeast Asia and Indonesia, basically, and Sumatra. And this one is the case is that the plants like without because of people demand, and we should understand that where the our plant come from to stop the illegal trade of some of plants. This one that we got a collection from the collector that want to join with us in a conservation program.
Pungky introduced me to this orchid hunter. After a warm welcome by the hunter and his family in his home, he showed me his own orchid collection. Most orchid hunters in Sumatra ignore Pungky due to the fear of being arrested. But Pungky only wants to work with hunters to ensure the orchids are not over-collected. Thankfully, this gentleman is open to Pungky's ideas and cares for the future of wild Sumatran orchids.
Oh yeah, so we just planted this one.
Yep. Actually, this orchid is come from the orchid hunter, and he just give us as a sample and bring to the greenhouse because he wants to like get involved with the conservation that we've done here in the greenhouse. And yeah, we just freshly by you planting these orchids, and yeah, hopefully in a few weeks it can have like new roots and yeah, propagate well, and hopefully it can make a bloom soon. And yeah, definitely.
And he's the only hunter that's willing to cooperate.
One of the hunters that want to cooperate with us and also want to share what he think. Also, he still kind of like a slightly move to the sustainable, like to be sustainable. But yeah, it's needs a hard work for everyone to make everyone understand. But the problem is on the field, like hunters rely on orchids because they need quick money, and they won't like take everything out to get more money to feeding the family. That's the problem is. But this hunter have another side job. That's why he slightly want more sustainable. Hopefully, he will like sharing his experience, have another job, or even like make the orchids like trade more sustainable with like just take the young one and leave the mother plants in the jungle. That would be like more sustainable for them. But yeah, we still have like do a lot of things to make a orchid hunter or poacher even of plants. So I understand.
And you say some hunters find new species, or it's quite
Yeah.
common for that to happen, or?
Yes, some of hunter like finding new species, or even like a never or rediscover of a lost species that like lost 100 years ago, something like that. And yeah, some of the hunters contribute to science to finding new species. That's what we have with our colleague, that he also finding probability is new species and he still work on it. And yeah, it's pretty good that we should aware about that, or like we should working together for the orchids like conservation, because Sumatra still have a lot of places that are unknown and not explored yet, and it have like a lot of possibility to find more new species in the jungle.
So, why do you think it is that the hunters are finding more new species than scientists? Is it because they're going to places that no one else goes to?
Yeah, I thought that because the hunters just wanted to get the price, like the pricey species, and mostly they are growing in the very hardest part in the jungle, and they will like it takes a week, 2 week, or even a month to walking, and along the way they understand which one they never seen, and they will like take it to with them. But the word of rare, it's make the price like higher and higher and higher, and that's why make the hunters trying to get everything and sell them as a rare. That's the problem is, and the collector wants to pay a lot of money. And yeah, that's kind of like a snowball effect. Like the demand it's high, and then like the hunters like need money, and they will like do everything to get. for that.
Yeah.
This is Bulbophyllum sumatranum. It's endemic to Sumatra, and it have a very cool flower that have a yellow and red spotted, and it smell a little bit good, but mostly not. But yeah, we still love them. We still love them.
What would you describe the smell as?
Maybe a little bit like wet sock. It's good.
Wet
I
dog.
still love it. Like, yeah, it's a good thing. Good thing. This orchid just smell like a dead rat, and I always like almost a vomit when I smell this orchid. It's called Bulbophyllum singaporense. Definitely not my type, but I understand it. I still love them. But smell like a dead rat. Out. And maybe like a slightly from this orchid, Bulbophyllum singaporense, we do have another one. It's called Bulbophyllum too, but I still not identify. It smell like sperm. I have no idea why they develop to have that smell to attract what kind of pollinator that attract with that smell. But this orchid is like distinct and smell like sperm. That's it.
Wow.
And yeah, I have no idea with that. This orchid is really unique. It's shaped like a dead branch. It's been like will be like invisible in the top of canopy, and the flower also is remind me of the bullhead with the two horn on it, with the huge lips. And this orchid, it smells like my sock wet in a week, and I don't wash it. That's what the smell I can describe for this orchid. Yeah, a lot of people know begonia as a houseplant, but mostly species of begonia that we know right now today is come from the species from Southeast Asia or South America, and Sumatra have some of really cool species like this one. It's still no ID, but yeah, we're trying to collect some of species that even not identified yet, and then like yeah, hopefully we can work in the future for better for this species. Maybe this is new species, who knows. This is a Nepenthes Rafflesiana. Is one of the biggest Nepenthes in Sumatra, and it have super cool like wings. It's kind of like a teeth along the edge, and also have a teeth in the top. When from the edge is like a teeth too. Actually, Nepenthes Rafflesiana is growing in the lowland and the medium land, and love really hot sun. And it's kind of like have a lot of variant, but this variant that we have like a three color. It's kind of a reddish and also blackish and white.
So this is a small one.
Yeah, this is like small one. It's kind of like juvenile. They were like growing so big.
How big?
It was like a 30 centimeters, like giant bottle,
Wow.
1 liter. And
I
this
could catch some big things. Like.
definitely it will be like a shrew or maybe squirrel. Possibility, because they can grow so big.
You started in 2017.
Right, we started the pilot project on 2017, and till right now we do have a new greenhouse since 2021, and we do have right now mostly roughly have 400 species of orchid in the greenhouse.
400.
400
Wow.
species of orchid only in the southern, and also we do have collaboration with the local people and also collector and also orchid hunter that want to join with us to helping nature, to helping the orchid species across the southern part. And yeah, we're very grateful that this project keep going, and then we hope to rescue more and also release more from the good propagation in a sustainable way.
I find Pungky's dedication to Sumatran wildlife incredibly admirable. and I'm pleased to learn that he visits local schools to inspire the next generation with his work. Some of the guides I've met throughout this Sumatra series also care deeply about Sumatra's wilderness, and if more of the next generation turn out to be like them, then I would feel positive about the future of the wonderful species that call this unique island home. To me, Sumatra is one of the most fascinating places on the planet, and is a biological paradise which must be protected.